is broken toe posture. So sit onto your knees and then separate your toes, especially your pinky toes. Just gonna go up there and untuck it. And if you need to, feel free to sit on something or release your toes. Like, I can't see you, right? So there's no judgments here. Otherwise, see if you can sit back here. If you lift up through the pelvic floor and engage through the legs a little bit, it takes some pressure off. Then if you just sit your tush down heavy, it gets a little bit intense. I'm not going to promise that I'll stay here long, so you don't have to either, okay? Take a big inhale, big exhale. Slightly tucking the chin so you have a long spine, lean back. Breathe, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. See if you can focus on the breath, deepening the inhale, deepening the exhale, filling up from the belly, the diaphragm, and then the chest, and then from the chest, the diaphragm, and the belly as you exhale. Breathing in, filling up, expanding, breathing out, emptying out. If you've given up on the toes like I have, go ahead and sit on those heels and continue breathing here. A few more cycles, just noticing other tension areas in the body. I know it's hard to notice anything else except the heels right now, or the toes, I should say. But go ahead and tune in, start focusing in on that breath. And today's verse is Isaiah 40:31. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not faint or grow weary. They will walk and not faint. It does get weary, doesn't it? The days get long. The routine wears on us, especially if you are working from home, homeschooling, being a short order cook, and doing everything else that you used to do. But trust in the Lord. His word says that those who hope in him will run and walk and not faint and grow weary. And so we just call on God to fill in those gaps, those so many gaps, because we are human and can't possibly do it all. We just call on him and to give us the grace to forgive ourselves and others around us who are not perfect either. One more inhale here. Exhale through the mouth. Let's inhale, take our arms up, big stretch up. And then exhale, drop that right hand down, bend the elbow, and then stretch over toward that right side with your left hand. Really sit into that left hip, get a long stretch here. Take your head down, look down towards your right shoulder. One more full breath, press through that right hand, inhale, come up to center, left hand comes down, bend the elbow. And then reach the right arm across. You can look up and then take your gaze down toward that left shoulder. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands behind you, lift up your hips, maybe even your knees, chest up. Exhale, heels and hips come down, hands to knees, round in. Inhale, lift hands behind your back, lift your chest, maybe your knees, and then drop. Come forward, round the back, chin to chest. Let's do that with our breath. Inhale, chest lifts, hands behind, lift up. Exhale, hands to the knees, round, tuck your chin. 2 more. Inhale, chest up, knees up. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Last one. Inhale, chest up, lift. Exhale, hands to knees, round. Nice. Inhale, arms come up. Let's reach the fingers forward, retract the shoulders. We're going to take an eagle cross. And if that's not available to you, you're just going to cross your arms over your chest. So right over left, and then bend at the elbows. This could be enough. Maybe you can bring your left hand inside your right palm. Inhale, lift up, pull the belly in, little back bend as you exhale. And then inhale, come back to center. Let's fold forward, reaching the fingertips as far forward as you can. Feel the stretch through the shoulders here. Use your core. Inhale, come on up, release the arms. Arms go up. Exhale, hands reach forward, shoulders retract, left over right. So remember, you can just modify and cross your arms over your chest. Otherwise, bend at the elbows. Right hand into left palm if you can. Lift up the fingertips. Pull the belly in. Little back bend as you exhale. And then pull the belly in. Strong, coming forward. Reaching the fingers toward the top of your mat. Stretching the outer shoulders. Drop your head. Take some deep breaths here. And release the arms. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Let's come on to all fours. Hands under shoulders, fingers wide open. Imagining you're opening those jars. Turn the index fingers forward, elbows back, shoulders retract back. Circle through the ankles here. Just lift up the feet. Circle through the ankles, point and flex the toes. We'll drop that left foot down, separate the toes, pick up your right leg, and then circle through the hip here. Circle both ways, trying to evenly distribute your weight. So shift over to the right. And then we'll take this right shin and place it on our left calf. Release that left foot and then sit back. Little massage for the calf here. Inhale, lift, shift it back, and then press and sit back. Inhale, lift one more time, shift it back, and sit. If you're like me, you've been hiking, and so this should feel good on the calves. Come back to center. Let's do it on the other side. Tuck your right toes under, pick up your left knee, circle through the knee here. Dropping the left knee toward the right inner thigh, feeling that hip open up. Release the right toes and then take your left shin on your right calf and sit back. Inhale, lift, shift the shin back a little bit so you're getting the whole calf. And then one more time here. And we'll come on up. Release, tuck your toes under, shoulders retract back, lift your knees up. Hips go high, down dog. Pedal out the legs here. Bend your right knee a lot and then straighten your left leg out. And then shift, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg out. Let the head hang between the biceps. Pull the belly up and back, especially those low ribs. You want to internally rotate your thighs so that your heels tuck back behind your feet. You shouldn't be able to see your heels here. Let's find some stillness here, connecting with our breath. Deep inhales, deep exhales, maybe adding that Ujjayi pranayama. If you like to hear your exhale loudly, you're going to constrict the back of your throat. If your heels are touching, my friends, pick up your toes. You'll feel a little bit more through the quads. And if your heels are not touching, bend your knees, but keep sending energy down towards your heels and to the index and thumb of the fingers. Let's inhale, rise high on our toes, shift our heels to the right, stay here or pick up the left foot and cross it back behind the right. Bend your right knee a lot. Keep dropping that left shoulder. Maybe straightening that left leg out. Inhale high on toes. Shift weight to the left. Heels come down. Right foot steps behind the left. Bend your left knee. Drop your right shoulder. Work on straightening that right leg. Let's come back to center. Inhale here. Let's tiptoe to the top of our mat. Exhale when we get there. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, shoulders back, hips back, crown of the head reaching forward. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands on shins or the mat. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart, and then down by your sides. Let's take those arms forward, and then we'll cross right over left again, eagle wrap. Bend and grab. Remember, you can cross your hands over your chest if this is not available to you. We'll inhale, lift the fingers up, pull the belly in, take a little back bend, and then exhale, come forward. Release the arms, big inhale, reach them forward, shoulders retract, left over right, bend the elbows. Inhale, lift, belly comes in, exhale, little drop back. Inhale, exhale, arms by your sides. Let's take a couple of sun salutations here. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step your legs back. Remember, you can drop on your knees or stay on your toes. If you're on your toes, shoulders roll back. Push the chest forward, bend the elbows. Lower all the way down or halfway down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, down dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And you're going to walk or hop your way to the top of the mat. If you're hopping, bend your knees, bring your chest to your thighs, look forward, and kind of spring off of your toes on an inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart, and then down by your sides. Let's do one more, Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, step back, maybe jump back. Press the chest forward, elbows back, bend your elbows lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 more breaths. You can always drop down to a child's pose at any time, my friends. Just bend your knees and sit back on those heels, open the knees wide. If you are in that child's pose, come on back. We're going to start back in down dog. On an inhale, let's take that right leg up. So think about pushing through your left foot and lifting the right foot up just an inch and then pressing it back using your glute. Bend your right knee, bring it toward your right tricep, and then step the right foot outside the left hand. Stay on your left hand, take your right hand on your right knee, and then drop the left knee. We're going to circle through this right hip here. Just circling through with the whole body, imagining a spoon in a cauldron here. Drop that right hand down, pick up your left knee, right leg goes back up, 3-leg dog, bend the knee, and then circle through the hip. Keep dropping that right shoulder. You can get high on your left toes if that helps, and send weight toward your thumb and index and off of your wrists. Right leg goes back up, three-leg dog, look forward, bend the knee, bring that foot forward, and then let's rock forward and back. So you can put your hands on blocks here if you have them. You're lengthening the left hip flexor in front, and then lengthening the right hamstrings on that right leg. All right, next time this right leg goes straight, we're going to keep it here. So you can stay on these left toes or you can drop the left foot, your choice. You can even shorten your stance, which is what I'm going to do here. And then I'll just put my hands on my shin. I could put them on my waist. If I want a heart opener, I can bring the hands behind my back into prayer. If you're in this pyramid pose with the hands behind you, think about dropping your right hip a little bit. And then bringing your chin toward your shin. One more breath here. If you've got your hands behind you, you want to press your palms together. Release the hands around the foot. Step your left foot back. Take a vinyasa or just press back into child's pose or into down dog. All right, press through your right foot, pick up your left foot just an inch, engage through the glute, and then send the left leg back. Bend your knee, bring it forward towards your left tricep, step the left foot outside that left hand, and then drop your right knee. Let's circle through this left hip, guiding the knee in and out. Bring that left hand down, pick up your right knee, left leg goes up and back, bend the knee, open the hip, circle here. You can get high on your right toes, keep dropping the left shoulder, circle, left leg goes back, three-leg dog, inhale, bend the knee, step it through, and then let's rock forward and back. Rocking lunges, so your right hip flexor is stretching and your left hamstrings are stretching. Take that through a couple times with your breath. And then you can bump up that back foot. You can drop the back heel if you like, or just stay where you are. Lengthen, inhale, exhale, fold over that left leg. You want to pull up the right hip, drop the left hip. And if you're going to do something different with the arms, besides putting them on your left leg or on blocks, work towards bringing the palms closer together if you've got that prayer twist. One more breath. Release the hands, step that foot back if you brought it up. Left leg goes back. It's a vinyasa, a down dog, or child's pose. Let's take a couple breaths wherever you are, whether you're in down dog or child's pose. All right, my friends, come on back to down dog. We're going to take a quick little flow. On an inhale, that right leg's going up, using the glute. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it toward your chest. Step the right foot through, walk the right foot out. Stay high on those back toes. Engage through the core, squeeze the thighs together, bring your arms forward, and then up. So I'm not lunging forward with my chest yet. I'm trying to keep the torso nice and long. Chest over hips. Shoulders soft, right knee bending. Inhale here, exhale, sweep the arms back, get really high on those left toes. Inhale, arms go back up. Exhale, hands to the mat, take a vinyasa, or step back, down dog. So you can make this as challenging as you'd like or as less, depending on your energy level today and your intention. When you're ready, inhale, left leg goes up, knee to nose, pull it forward, step the left foot through, and then walk it out a little bit Really get strong in that back leg. Right inner thigh lifts. Squeeze the thighs together, arms reach forward, and then up. Soft shoulders here. Left knee is bent, inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to mat. Surround the front foot, take a vinyasa, or step back, down dog. So we're going to do this one more time, and then we'll find a child's pose. We're moving one breath, one movement. So I'm going to cue my breath. You go faster or slower as you need to, okay? Here we go. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise. High crescent, Anjane. Exhale, thunderbolt. Inhale, Anjay. Exhale, thunder. Hands to the mat. Take a vinyasa or step back, down dog. 2 more breaths. Waiting for everyone to catch up if you're taking that vinyasa. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, step through. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, thunderbolt. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the mat. Take that vinyasa or a down dog. And then we're all going to drop our knees. Bring our toes together. Sit back on the heels. Extended child's pose, bringing the arms forward, dropping the head between the biceps. Let your forehead come to rest. You can rock your forehead side to side, or maybe just your hips, or both. I like to stay on my fingertips because that keeps me feeling like I'm being active. Once I drop my forearms down, I tend to get lethargic. The child's pose becomes very restorative rather than energizing. All right, my friends, come back onto all fours. Bring the knees under the hips. Bring those elbows back, shoulders back. Tuck your toes. Let's make our way back to down dog, shall we? We're going to take a little longer flow now, and we're going to add some balancing. So if you have blocks, bring them toward the top of your mat. We're going to use the left hand block first. Big inhale, exhale, down dog. On an inhale, pick up that right leg, push through the heel, bend the knee, look forward, step the right foot through. Take your time here, so you're not on a tightrope. Walk your right foot out a little bit. Pull up that left inner thigh, and then bring the arms up here. Soft shoulders. Here's our thunderbolt. See if we can get down a little bit deeper into that right knee. We're breathing here. One more inhale, exhale, sweep the arms back. So lean forward with your chest. Get really high on those back toes so you can launch off, and then either drag that left foot or pick it up. So you want to push through this right foot and then through the left foot. Warrior C here. Keep your hips even if you can. I like to put my hands on my waist because that helps me to notice if one hip's higher than the other. Now I'm going to drop my left hand toward my right leg and keep my right shoulder pulling back, left foot pressing back. Maybe you take your left arm up and then drop the left hand, finding a revolved half moon. Whoop. And if you have a wall, it's good. You can use it, right? Just like I did. Drop that left foot and then bring the left hand inside the right leg. Dragonfly twist. Pick up that right arm. Reach it up. Drop your back heel and then walk your hands to center. Turn your right toes. Inhale, come all the way up. 5-pointed star. Reach up, look up. We're going to put our hands to our waist, find some length, and then forward fold. Just half forward fold here. Bend your left knee more and then take your right hand. Either place it on your right knee or on the mat close to your left foot. Your right leg is stretching and straight, and then take the left arm up. Breathe into this twist. Feel the stretching on that right inner thigh. Look down. We're going to bend our right knee, straighten the left leg. Left hand to right leg or to the inside of your right foot. Roll the right shoulder, take the right arm up. Both hands come down. Turn your right toes to point forward. You're in a low runner's lunge, and then step your left foot up to meet your right. Let's take a couple breaths here. Bring your toes closer together, open your heels, sit back, and then sweep the arms up. Belly comes over the hips, shoulders soften, sit back, feel weight in the heels, soft toes. We're going to press in to our right foot and then pick up our left. Bind once, maybe just use that left foot as a kickstand, or bind twice, wrapping it around the calf. Arms reach forward, right over left, and then bind. Reach upward with the fingers. Press through that right foot. If you fall out, it's okay. It happens. Especially since we're not on those nice wood floors at Kula, right? Keep reaching the fingers up, up, up. Maybe crunch. Release the arms, keep the legs if you can, and then come on down to a squat. So your left knee should be over your right knee, and you're in this little squatty position on your toes. This could be enough for you. This is pretty intense, I'll tell you that. I'm going to try to do a side crow with the knees wrapped, so an eagle side crow. If you would like to work on a regular side crow, just undo your legs and bring your arms around the left side. So you want to bend the elbows like chaturanga, look forward, lean until the legs come up. Bring both legs back down. You're still in this cross, or maybe not. Undo the legs. And we'll find our garland pose. Opening up the knees, bringing the heels together, separate the toes. Big inhale. Exhale, reach forwards, or maybe reach back, grabbing your heels. Maybe you can get your forehead to the mat, maybe not. And then we'll bring our hands forward. If you'd like to do a Bakasana, I'll walk you through it. If not, you can step back into child's pose or take a Vinyasa and just hold your down dog. If you're working on child's pose, step back a little bit so you're on your mat like I am. I like to bring my heels together and bring my feet down, and then I'm going to walk my hands 3 handprints forward. The good thing about practicing at home, if you're on carpet, it's going to be really squishy, so you don't have to worry about falling, okay? Press through your hands, like kind of squeeze your fingertips in. Your fingertips might be getting white here because they're working so hard. Lift your hips up and then lean forward. Knees into armpits or squeezing around, and then lean, lean, lean. Keep leaning until your toes come up. Feet come down, or maybe they shoot back. Take a Vinyasa or just meet in down dog. Let's inhale together. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Are we ready for the left side? Yep, it's the last side, I promise. Then we're going to start cooling down. Here we go. Left leg, inhale, take it up. Bend the knee, bring it towards your chest, look forward, step it through. Walk your left foot out a little bit, get really strong in those back toes, engage through the right inner thigh, lift it up, and then take the arms up. Soft shoulders, inhale here, exhale, sweep the arms back. Get high on those back toes like you're gonna launch off, because that's exactly what we're gonna do. Lean forward, either drag that right foot, or pick it up, warrior C, push through the heel, press through the left foot. Soft toes, push, push, push. Right toes pointing down into the left, hips squared. You can open your arms if you need. And then we're going to drop the right arm down towards the left foot, put our left hand on our waist. Turning this into a revolved half moon. Push through that right heel, then drop your right hand toward about 1 o'clock. Keep that right leg pressing back, and then take the left arm up. One more breath. Bend your left knee, drop your right foot. Bring your right hand inside your left foot. Dragonfly twist. It's a lot easier when I just cue you guys and watch you do it. It's much more work if I'm talking and teaching at the same time. Bring your left hand down and then drop your right heel. We're going to turn our left toes so that they're facing the long side of our mat. Inhale, come all the way up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, hands to your hips. Find lots of length here, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You can keep your hands on your hips and keep your knees bent, or you can drop your hands down so that they are just underneath your hips. Walk your feet out a little bit more. Bend your elbows like chaturanga, and then tuck your chin toward your chest. You can use the strength of your arms to pull you down as you roll to the outer edge of your feet. This is pretty intense on the hamstrings, so if your hamstrings are not there yet, don't force this, okay? Just take your time, breathe, allow gravity to do its thing. And then we'll inhale, lift up halfway, crawl our hands toward the front foot, to the left foot. Turn your left toes. You're in a runner's lunge here, facing the top side of your mat, and then step your right foot up to meet the left. Toes touch, heels open, sink back. Fierce pose. Belly pulls in over hips, sit back, soften shoulders. So you can look up, you can look down, you can bring your palms to touch. Doesn't matter what I'm doing with my arms, right? Nothing is changing with this strong core that I want to build in this pose here. Hands come back down to heart. Sit down a little bit more, and we're going to press through our right foot. Press through our left foot, pick up our right foot, and cross. Once, maybe using it as a kickstand, or twice, wrapping it. So the lower you bend into your left knee, the more that you can wrap. Take your arms forward, left over right, bend. Grab the fingers if you can, or just cross over your chest. Pull the fingers up, sit back. Maybe crunch. Release the arms. You can stay with the legs crossed if you want and come down into this squat, or you can uncross the legs and squat. All right, so on this side, I'm going to show you a side crow without the legs crossed, but it's the same idea. You need to walk your hands toward the right side of your leg. So without legs crossed, it's going to look like this. Sitting on your heels with the toes, heels lifted, turn your hands over toward the right side, bend the elbows a lot, look forward, look toward the same side that your knees are pointing, and then lean over until you can stack the right side of your thigh onto your forearms. onto your triceps. Come back to center, and you can take that garland pose. So heels together, toes pressing down into the mat. This is why we started with that broken toe posture, right? We were doing a lot of things on our toes, so this will strengthen them. Walk your hands forward, at least 3 handprints. Press through the fingertips till they get white. Lift up the hips. One more opportunity to try Kukasana, crow pose. Lean forward, pick up the heels. Give it a couple of tries. Take a vinyasa, and then meet me in child's pose. All right? Sound good? Child's pose, press back, reach forward. So if you want to take more of a restorative child's pose this time, go ahead, because we're nearing the end of our practice. So feel free to take your hands behind you, palms facing up, arms alongside of your knees. Let's take a few breaths here in child's pose. Let's get that heart rate back down in control. Breathing through your nose. So a strong heart means we can breathe in and out through our nose. Controlling the breath, steadying the heart rate. Excellent. All right, let's come up onto all fours. And we're going to pick up that right leg and cross it across so that the right knee lands outside the left. So like your knees are crossed. And then like you sit in a chair. And walk your feet out wide and sit back until you can find a seat on your bottom. So now we are in cow face, right? Gomukasana. If this is not working for you, feel free to take this left foot forward a little bit and off, or maybe place a blanket. Otherwise, we're going to try and get the knees to stack like so. All right, and if we want, we can add the arms or not. So if you're adding the arms, it's those eagle arms again. Reach forward, right over left, bend, lift, and then fold. Or without crossing, you can just fold here. And you'll notice that the lower that you come down into this cow face, the more that you're going to feel this outer left hip, glute, piriformis stretch. So again, if you're like me lately and have been hiking because that's all that we have, then you are going to be feeling it there. I'm definitely feeling it there. I'm feeling it in my feet. They're not as grounded and as balanced as normally, but hey, we just go with the flow. Whatever shows up with the body, we accept it, we give it grace, we love it right where it is, and we breathe in it. All right, come on back. Undo the legs. Let's find all fours again. This time we're going to pick up our left foot and then take the knee outside the right knee. Walk your feet out so that they're wide, and then sit back until your tush sits, and then your knees are crossed. And this time, the right knee should be crossed over and left. And remember, you can make any modifications you need here, even if it means extending the bottom leg, right? And you just do a half cow face with the right knee. If you can stack the knees, great. We'll add the arms here, or just fold over. If you're adding the arms, find those eagle arms, left over right. Inhale, lift, and then fold. I'm just going to extend my arms out and fold without the eagle arms. You can choose whichever option you want. Breathe into the space. Feel the stretch on that right outer hip, the right glute, the right piriformis. And then we'll lift up as we inhale, undo the legs. We're going to find our bridge pose as we plant our feet, bend our knees, and lay all the way back onto our backs. planting the feet, thinking about squeezing the thighs toward each other. And if it helps you, I like to put something between the legs, like a block, so you can kind of really work the legs. Arms alongside of you, palms pressed down, or interlace them underneath you. Tuck your shoulders. Push through the feet. Inhale, lift the hips up. Hold for 5 breaths, really activating through the legs. So you want to use the feet, the glutes, the quads, strong, strong legs here as the hips lift up. Keep pressing down through the feet so you're grounded, and then release. We can do 2 more like that to make it 3 bridges, or you can follow me and try an upward wheel in Urdhva Dhanurasana. And I've told this story so many times in my class. It took me 5 years to be able to do this, honestly. I'm not kidding you. So hands come alongside of the ears, fingers pointing towards your toes, and then you can start with just rolling your head up onto the mat. Okay, otherwise, push through the feet, strong legs, your legs are doing the work, and then straighten the arms. Push the chest toward the back. Tuck the chin when you're ready to come down, and release. If you're still working on your 3rd bridge, go ahead and do that. I'm going to start windshield wiping my legs. You can follow along or do something else that feels good to you. You can draw the knees in for a little happy baby. Hands on shins, tucking tailbone, or maybe hands to the outside of the feet, rocking side to side. Take the legs up, hands behind the thighs, point and flex the toes, circle through the ankles. Hang out here in this supported shoulder stand for as long as you like. If you'd like to come up into full shoulder stand, and you can feel that there's a curve in your neck, so your neck is not compressed into the mat, then feel free to come up a little higher. Hands underneath the back. If you feel any compression in the back of the neck, don't do this. Just stay in your supported shoulder stand. If you're up in high shoulder stand, your toes, your knees, everything works in toward each other. Ankles over knees, knees over hips. Finding sort of a straight line here. If you like Halasana plow, go ahead and drop the legs slowly. If the toes touch, you can release the back. If they do not, keep your hands on your back. You're going to come to the tops of the feet and then get really high on your shoulders. Again, there should be no compression in the neck. Now, I am feeling compression in my chest. That's normal. And this is an opportunity for you to breathe deeper. If you like ear pressure pose, you can bend the knee and drop the shin. Squeeze the head in between the knees. Hands on back to come back up to shoulder stand. And maybe you can put your legs in lotus or just cross at the ankles and bend the knees. Right? You can do this. Just bend the knees. Then slowly roll out. Plant your feet on the mat. Soft shoulders. Take a big inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Draw the knees in and then drop them to the left. Look right. Cactus your right arm or reach it out to a T. If you like a deeper twist, you can take that eagle wrap here. Maybe you can reach your right hand for your left foot like a pretzel. Just notice what your body needs. It is your very best teacher. This practice helps us to tune in to this fearfully and wonderfully made body in the image of our Lord and Savior. It's easy to love yourself when you know that He is in you and that you are His child and that you radiate His image. Unwind, come back to center, pick up your shoulders, nose to knees. Shoulders down, head down. Shift your hips to the left, drop your knees to the right. Open your left arm out or cactus it if you liked that eagle wrap or pretzel. Reach your left hand for your right foot. Breathe into the low back. The Lord is our strength when we grow weary. We just bring our attention back to Him and know that He is limitless in strength and in power, in wisdom. And because we are created in His image, we too can tap into that wisdom, that strength. That beauty. Let's unwind from this, and I want you to take any last movements that you feel that you need, maybe coming back to something and hanging out there a little bit longer, maybe that shoulder stand with the legs up the wall, something that is really speaking to you. If you are ready for rest, you've got lots of options for Shavasana. You can walk your feet out wide and let your knees knock in. Your arms can come down alongside of you, and sometimes people put their arms really close to their bodies. That's fine if that feels comfortable for you, but give it a try and see taking them out a little bit wider away from the body, and notice if the scapulas release a little bit more. If they do, then that's where you want to go. So if this feels good for you, you're going to stay here. If you'd like to extend the legs, let the toes flop out to the outer edge of your mat. That's great. Notice where your chin and your forehead is. So some of us have a deep curve, which means that our chin lifts up when we lay down without a blanket under it or a pillow. If that's the case, you want to elevate your head a little bit so that your forehead and your chin are in line. Take a big inhale. Open mouth exhale. Let the body sink in and release. Stay in this Shavasana that you have chosen for yourself as long as you need. Breathing naturally, allowing the face to soften, allowing the tongue to rest and the jaws to unclench. Allow the shoulders and the hips to sink in and relax. The body is getting very heavy, and the muscles are very soft. Shavasana is the end of our practice, and I encourage you to stay here as long as you need. When you come back from Shavasana, come back with small movements. Roll to your favorite side as a symbol of rebirth. I'm going to sign off here, but you stay as long as you need. It's been such an honor for me to guide you from afar. We are in this together, my friends, and this too shall pass. God is greater than this. He will redeem this for His kingdom. I bow to you.